From the City of Angels, you are listening to the James Salazar Media Podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, Rihanna, and UFOs. So let me strike the music, and I'll meet you on the other side.
Engage. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Say hello to my little friend.
No, I am the Father.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
And welcome to the James Salazar Media Podcast, where you get your dose of pop culture, politics, and futurism. Something in my eye. Shit. How's everyone doing? Coming off a Sunday of a Super Bowl, of Rihanna and Joe Biden blowing up shit in the sky, UFOs, and people going all crazy. People think we're getting invaded. People just need to slow their roll, chill. It's amazing how this administration works. They're they don't do something and then they overdo it, right? So they're just shooting shit down. Anything in the skies over America, they're gonna send a fighter pilot to go shoot it down, no matter what it is. It could be we probably killed ET, for all we know. That shit happened, and now we're gonna be invaded because we're hostile because the old man, Joe Biden, felt stupid for not shooting down spy planes going over America. Now he's making it up by shooting down everything. Grandpa Joe, Uncle Joe, he's pretty much saying anything. I mean, he's a curmudgeon. He's pretty much saying, get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. You whippersnappers. Get out of here, you whippersnappers. It's just, but instead of having some yappy dog or chasing you with your broom, he's throwing an F-16 to blow your shit out of the sky. So there's that. Uncle Joe's feeling pretty tough right now. So much criticism on how he's ran this country and how the world sees us, or at least our enemies, as very weak. And now that we're on the start of the next election cycle, he's feeling a need to show how strong he is by just blowing up ET. Or maybe spy planes, or maybe somebody's just kite, for all we know. He's just shooting shit down. Super Bowl happened. It was all right. None of the teams I wanted were there. I eventually went back and forth in my heart on who I wanted to win. I wanted the Chiefs to win, then I wanted the Eagles to win. I just wanted a good game, and it was a good game. It was unfortunate that a call that technically was true decided the game and ended the game lackluster, which robbed the fans. They, in a sense, they sort of like ran out the clock, didn't give the Eagles a chance to come back. So it was unfortunate that call made the difference. But they surely could have played better ball by letting the Chiefs score 2 touchdowns in the last half without them pretty much not. And but it would have gave them a chance to at least answer the last one and two, because it was tied up. It was tied up. So it's unfortunate. It's gonna mar the Chiefs' win a little bit. You just don't want the refs to be the ones causing who's winning and who's not. And I'm pretty sure they're going to reprimand that ref. They're not going to do it publicly. They're not going to admit they did something wrong publicly. They wouldn't do that. And, yeah. That was the Super Bowl. Super Bowl halftime was Rihanna. Looks like the Emperor's throne room if he was a pop star. Where was I at? Rihanna. So it looks like a Star Wars. If it was Snoke was being entertained by the Imperial Guards in the red dress. Looks like one of them took their hat off and decided to dance. I want to say this. It looked pretty cool. And the dancers, they danced fairly well. But she was absolutely boring. And I never knew how underwhelming her music is. I'm shocked that she's like a billionaire off her music, or maybe her makeup line for all I know. Yeah, her is pretty mediocre. I mean, she has a nice timbre to her voice, but her music really does nothing. There's no range in it. As I was listening to all the songs, and people love it. I thought it was completely. I was completely underwhelmed by it. It's definitely not the best show in Super Bowl history. That would have to go to Michael Jackson, Prince, and probably Bruno Mars. The Weeknd, I thought he was going to do something good, but he decided just to go crazy on stage and create these rooms underneath that would fall on me. He went overboard. And he got beat up in his face. It was weird. But this was underwhelming. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to tell us that she was pregnant and she was going to do small little movements. Yeah, not cool. It's a Super Bowl. You got to come with it. She didn't come with it. A lot of people are going to act like it's racist if you don't think she come with it. No. You were boring as hell. And you relied on the stage and the dancers to make it exciting, but you should have kept it short then. But you went through 13 of your songs, which exposed how some of the the melodies are cool, but her as a singer, I'm not impressed. Just not impressed. A lot of people are. Good for them. But the whole Super Bowl was lackluster to me. The way it ended, it could have ended amazing by having the Eagles attempt one last drive to see if they could tie it up, because I would assume that the Chiefs would have got a touchdown or a field goal, and they would have came back either for a touchdown or a field goal, and that would have went into overtime or win for them, or goose eggs. So, yeah, that's crazy, and it was underwhelming how it ended. In the halftime show was underwhelming, and not impressed with Rihanna. No big deal. Just like one song I like from her. My daughter showed me the song. Nice melody. And I'm not saying her music's not good. I mean, the melodies. But her herself is underwhelming. That's all I'm saying. She just should have chilled and let someone who can dance. I mean, J-Lo, she's a mediocre singer, but she's going to bring it on the stage. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent, definitely Rihanna sings better than her. But as of right now, she's not a better entertainer. She came with it on her Super Bowl thing. And whatever, I mean, then the gangster rap one last year, I got too much. I was like, I mean, I grew up with a lot of that music. All my friends were gangsters, and they didn't want to hear none of my metal. And all I heard was NWA. I'm rambling. So, people think that Joe Biden's shooting down alien spaceships. That they're hiding some mysterious invasion by aliens. I hope this is not true. highly unlikely, but I have no evidence that is untrue, nor do I have evidence that it is true. But always, since the Roswell incident and in New Mexico, and that was a weather balloon. Balloons, man. Balloons and alien aircraft are tightly connected for some reason. And yet again, and the natural inclination of people is to freak out and thinking we're being invaded. It used to be only like the hicks in rural counties, but now it's crazy people on the internet and hicks in probably rural areas talking about how they got the special material locked in their basement that the government knew that I have. They would probe me with alien probes. You never know. But if it was an alien and they were peaceful, I think we pretty much screwed up on that, right? We pretty much screwed up on that. We just shut down ET, fucked his shit up. Not good. Not good at all. If I was a betting man, and I am, I would bet that it was just nothing, and Joe Biden just want to show strength and start shooting shit off the ground, personally. Elon Musk ignited, I think I still got that right here. Let me see. Ignited here we go. The super heavy booster that will put the Starship. They ignited it. It is biggest booster in human history. Look, it pretty much fried a bunch of chickens over there. And that went well. Next month, we're planning to put the Starship in orbit. Crazy, right? Maybe. I think so. I don't know if we're going to put the Starship on top of it or we're just going to shoot the booster up by itself. But it's the next step to our invasion of Mars by SpaceX. So that's cool. When do we want to see it again? Let's see it again. I mean, expand this. Here we go. Watch, you're going to see some chickens getting burned. Or pelicans. Not pelicans. Just birds. Watch. Let's look at it again. Biggest one. Oh, shoot. Shit's freezing. Okay, there you go. Oh, I made it too big. Watch it. Look at the birds getting fried right here. They all got fried right there. They're all running for their lives. They all got singed. Peter's going after them for sure for that. For frying a bunch of seagulls. Seagulls? What do you call it? It's doves? I don't know. So yeah, there's not too much more to say this week. I feel the need to drag on, but what the hell? If it can be a short podcast, it's going to be a short podcast. So this is a review. Joe Biden's shooting shit down because he looks weak. Now he's going to look strong. The Super Bowl. Oh yeah, the Super Bowl. The national anthem was great. Sung by Chris Stapleton. They started to get a little woke, do the black national anthem because there's more black people in the. It's weird. I never thought that black people couldn't be quarterbacks. There's been some since the 80s, and black people are so superiorly physically advantaged that sometimes it just seems like a waste of human power to make them be a quarterback. So most people have them run, but we're looking at leadership positions. But we got to act like it's not special that black people can do what white people can do. It's weird to me. It was always going to happen because black people are just as good as anybody else. But now we're like, oh, look at these two. It's rare. It's not rare. I think a lot more people now see that has happened. More kids are going to more black kids are going to they're going to check out their arm and see if they can do it because they run as good as they can throw. And that makes them a significant threat. But the black national anthem, I mean, where's the Hispanic national anthem? Where's the Asian national anthem? It is sort of discriminatory that they're not doing that. And for the political people that are black, blacks are encouraged to be all about themselves and not about other minorities in the political party. They don't care that Asians are not represented in NBA or the NFL or any owners. They only care if there's black. They don't care if there's Hispanic or if there's Asian. And that's not a unifying mentality. We should all unify under one banner, and one song, and we shouldn't make it an oddity that black people are successful. That we need to highlight it like it's unexpected. Like I heard on The View, one of those idiots say, and now people can know that black people can lead a football team. No, everybody's known that. You're assuming that every quarterback leads the football team. Sometimes there are the defensive line. The head guy is the heart and soul and the leader of that football team. And the quarterback is just the one who throws the ball. Who makes the plays, who decides on the plays, because he's been trained to. So, you got to go on your strengths. And if your strengths is leadership, then you'll be in a leadership position. We're acting like it's an oddity that black people are successful. Even in a sport where they dominate. So, because there's two, we have to celebrate and do the black national anthem. That's only divisive. You know? There should be other national anthems, but it makes no sense. I get, and I agree, that black people have had it harder than most people in this country. They were stolen from their land and stolen from their culture. Then they get freedom, and then they're told to figure out a new culture. And it's only been like 150 years where these other races like Jewish and Hispanics and white people have thousands of years of their culture. Thousands of years of their culture that they brought over. Black people had to figure it out. And it's going to be hard to figure something out that way. There's going to be missteps, of course. But making them separate from the identity of that we're all together, that there are many, but we're all one. Having the black national anthem just says, no, but we're over here. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I was not shocked that there were black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. I wasn't. And there's presupposing that I am. Screw you. I know black people can do anything they want. Anything they want. They can even become president. Amazing, right? They did. Right? They can be billionaires. There are. They can run for office. They can open a business. They can be highly successful, and some can be athletes, and some can be entertainers. And we're taken away from individual endeavors and individual accomplishments, and trying to funnel it in to a black identity. Mahomes is phenomenal no matter what race he is. It's just a fact. And a lot goes into that. A lot goes into how he was raised and what he values and the competitive mindset. And he's never been one to act like a victim. He's hardcore. And that's why he's highly successful. So, just don't like how unfair it is. I mean, even in the Academy Awards, no one fights to have more Hispanic representation. There's more Hispanic people in America than black people. But people are only fighting for black representation. Because the fact of the matter, if they did Asian and Hispanic representation, if they require that, there'll be a lot less black representation. And they know that. The reason why there's more white representation is because this is still a predominantly white country. And to act like that predominantly white country don't want to see people of their own color is just naive. That's why white people will dominate TVs and movies. But it's slowly changing. But there's no representation for Hispanic and Asians and Indians like there is for black people. And that might be the Hispanic and Asian and Indians' fault. Maybe they just don't fight hard enough. Maybe they feel like they have to take a back step to black representation. We shouldn't. We should all be judged individually. We should. If you're a good actor, you'll win. Good actors have shown that. There's been great actors of all races that have won Academy Awards. And to try to make a quota is sort of puts a check mark on the win, like steroids on Barry Bonds. At least that's what I think. So we're going to end it there, my friends. I have my QR code right here. That links to everything I have. Everything I'm doing. Everything I'm selling. Check that out. So as the storms of life come against you and you find yourself on your knees, stand tall. Take a look at that storm and say what my sensei Jack Burton always says. Give me your best shot. Strike the music. And we are out.